Hi, and thanks for joining me. I'm Arthur Barlow with Compass Insurance Advisors, and today I wanted to talk about some industry updates from the new ruling regarding lead generation to Medicare and also ACA. So the new FCC ruling that is really changing the lead generation space and turning it upside down. I think long term this will be a really good thing, but it's really updating how the lead generators can gain leads and get consent from consumers and how we are going to be reaching out to these consumers. It's no longer just an open slate where we can mass robo-dial them or a lead generator can sell that lead to unlimited amounts of people, and now that person's phone is getting blown up and they're getting frustrated and they're not really understanding why and how this is happening. And so as they really go onto a website and they fill out that form for us to reach out to them for Medicare or health insurance or a lot of other verticals, this is supposed to really address this growing problem so that this consumer is not getting overwhelmed and business can be operated at a higher level in helping these people out. And so it's changing to be a one-to-one consent. So if a consumer goes onto a website, they're consenting to a specific company to reach out to them. They can consent to have multiple companies, but we have to list which companies, and they have to literally check the box on which companies they're going to allow to contact them. So that's going to really change the whole lead generation space, and our hope is that this is going to make things better for the consumer, but also in the way that we all do business so that we don't have to maybe sift through huge amounts of leads and trying to find that person that needs our help. And so hopefully that we can really focus in on the quality and not the quantity. And as a result, maybe the lead costs go up. Maybe the cost per acquisition goes up. But that's okay. I would much rather see all of us have quality versus quantity. So long term, really focus on working with your lead generators and even your own organic lead generation and your paid ads and the various things that we're doing, and try and make that a better quality experience. There's a lot of really horrible things happening right now throughout the lead generation space that are really affecting consumers adversely and bringing a lot of challenges for various people in business. And so I would say as this ruling goes into effect later this year, which is going to be somewhere around August, potentially later, and so as that goes into effect, we really need to hold our people accountable either internally or even if it's an external third-party lead generator, marketer, advertiser, etc. So let's all focus on doing things the right way, and this ruling can really benefit everybody. Next, I want to talk about the recent ruling that came out with CMS for Medicare. And at the bottom line in that ruling is really an underlying note that's going to vastly affect the uplines and the support that we can provide to agents, which in turn will affect the consumer experience. And so this ruling is really going to limit the amount of override that can be built in from the carriers to pay to the uplines, like an FMO or an NMA, even the SGAs and the GAs. And so if that's limited, that'll really limit the resources that can be provided to agents in the way of technology, marketing, training, support, compliance. And so it's really going to limit the things that the uplines can do and help out the agents in supporting them to not just build their business, but how they really help out the consumer. Technology things like helping the consumer make sure that they're getting the plan that has their doctors in network, has their medications in their plan, and making that very efficient and trackable year after year, and making it a smooth process, even from the scope of appointment and lead generation, all the way to servicing the consumer and making that efficient and convenient for the agent, which makes it a better consumer experience. And so if this ruling goes through, that is going to vastly affect these uplines and really trickle down to the agent and to the consumer. I really don't see how this is going to help anybody out or make the industry any better. And so we all really need to take action on this. And so there's a couple of groups taking action. HAPA is one. HAPA is talking to Capitol Hill constantly and working with CMS to really try and be the voice for the agents and the uplines on how this is not a good thing. And there's also Americans for Beneficiary Choice. You can go to beneficiarychoice.org and actually sign a petition or join a coalition on how we can combat this. This is really not going to be a good thing for the consumer, for the agent, or the industry top to bottom. We definitely need to take action. So we're calling out to everybody to please join up with those that are fighting this so that we can make sure that we protect this industry. Next, I want to talk about a growing problem in the ACA space with the changing of AORs and really misleading lead generation and advertising. And so we really need to help keep everyone accountable in this industry. This is our industry. It is your industry. It is my industry. It is affecting over 20 million people now that have marketplace plans. And this was really the year of compliance. This past year in 2023 was the year of compliance termed by CMS. And so that's because we have these new rulings and requirements. These are requirements where the agent has to have consent and attestation from their client. One, consent, or that you're authorized to act on their behalf as their agent, access their information, and actually do their application. Two, the attestation, you have to have the client attest that all the information on their application is true and correct before you submit it to the marketplace. And so if these rules are being followed, they are requirements, then it would be pretty hard to do anything without the client's knowledge. And so there are a small handful out there that are really not following these requirements, and AORs are being changed without regard. And clients aren't aware of it. They never gave their consent or their attestation. And so it's a growing problem that we as an industry have to address and we have to correct. It is affecting a lot of consumers. We have countless examples of consumers that went to use their insurance and it didn't work. And they got moved from a cost-sharing plan with a $0 deductible and very low copays, amazing prescription coverage, to a bronze plan that was unauthorized. They had no idea. And now we've gone from an amazing plan that's going to adhere to their health needs to a horrible plan for what their needs are that is not going to do its job, and the client had no idea. It is creating a massive mess in this industry, and there have even been some very adverse results for consumers that needed a life-saving medication, etc. And so this is a very serious problem that needs to be addressed as an industry, and we all have to work together. And so we really have to have a long-term mindset about the industry and really what's best for the consumer. And if we follow those things, we can really sort this out and we can make this a much better process for the consumer and all involved, from the agents to the uplines, to where everybody can truly win if we work together. And so I would really make a call out to everyone. Come to the ACA Health Summit happening at Medicarians in April of 2024, and we can work together on the stability of our ACA industry in making it more transparent, more stable, and a better consumer experience. Bottom line, we need to hold everyone in the industry accountable, and we need to do the right thing. So come out, let's work together, and let's fix this problem.